Howdy. I haven't talked about this imbecile, Aaron Imholte, I call him imbecile, and Nimrod, remember, way back when? But it's, listen. It's your boy here, cow shit on the monetized channel. Got my favorite jacket on. The other one got stains on it, but she had a certain chemical to take it all off. So I got this jacket for free from the place that when they cleaned it, it bled. So the other one is fixed. She got some bleach. She cleaned it. I brought the jacket to the guys. This is how you clean it. So drove it off of Lake Street. So having cigars in Wyoming, Minnesota today. Ate the Subway. I love the new barbecue sauce. I went into a tobacco shop. They want $10 for a cigar. I'm not buying that. Not a chance. So got my ashtray. We'll do videos out here. My favorite drink. Scott approved. Love this stuff. Can't get at Costco the sugar. I gotta get it from Amazon. I don't like doing that. But feeding a beast. So I met him and his lovely ex-wife. I've always liked her, April. She made some poor choice with drugs like Jeff Dubay did. He made poor choices. Getting fired from a radio job is like getting fired from Burger King. A friend of mine lives in the Carolinas, proved to me he could get fired from Burger King because he didn't bathe for 8 days and they fired him. He was late, he didn't the job. Never did anything bad, just he wanted to prove to me he could get fired from Burger King, and he did. He works for Lowe's, pushes carts, he's retired, diesel mechanic from MTC. Great guy, but he goes, I'll prove to you I get fired. He got fired. I've always said real radio is a viable morning show. People want to hear stuff. Common man here in town, he signs a contract. 93X, they sign a contract. Every day morning, they do it half-assed. They know better. They laid somebody off. Tom Bernard's gone. Last one took over his job. Should have got Terry trained. Whatever. She's put in the Hall of Fame. So with his buddy, Nimrod, he's not very funny. He used to live here in Minnesota. He got deported down to Houston, whatever he's doing on YouTube, whatever, the Walrus. He was you want to be the assistant to him. It's kind of like, what the hell's his name? He goes, Howard Stern, right? He wanted to be that. He was Double G Hard R out there in St. Cloud, right? Again, push it east. Buy it. I'm pushing it. Taking 93X and KQ on. I haven't listened to KQ in a year and a half. Okay? I podcast. I have music in the background. I don't take myself that seriously. I get very few views on here. And every other day until December and whatever I decide to put out will be no more real time. Just for 3 years, I wanted to see. You guys saw the video. So anyways, we smoke a cigar on a beautiful Wednesday here in the great state of Minnesota. Topped kind of down. Got my NASCAR jacket on. Speculation Sports. We speculate you win. I'm going to put today my Week 8 up and see how they go. I put them up on the Explorer channel from over on Spreaker. You want to go over there, type an NFL podcast. You can listen to all my NFL ones over there. Telling Dave on the phone, I make more money on Spreaker than I do on YouTube because people still listen to audios. So, the imbecile, Aaron Imholte, right? Screwed up a marriage to April. She made some poor choice with drugs. Just like I said, Jeff Dubay, look him up from KFan. Had a really easy job. It's the easiest job in the world. Go and put your headset on, make people laugh, take callers, and talk to Twitter followers, and just talk news, right? He was in St. Cloud, effed it up. When I did a video on Lastman, what they should do, he responded back and, whatever, the thing went nuts and listen with the idiot down in Mississippi, right, who was ungrateful, little bastard, helped the guy out, which is a poor choice. So this is all about this. This is what he's motivated by. I made this in Las Vegas last year. I still have the rest of it put in the safe. So this is what money is, okay? This is Gur, right? So here's the poor choice. I will guarantee you, as I talk to you right here, I have never, ever videotaped myself in a conquest, if it would be man on man, or with my wife or anybody else. I know it's a big thing now. You can do a conquest and put it up on RedTube or wherever you want and have your own channel and have at it, okay? So I guess, what I understand, he's back in prison, right? Because some chick who he was swinging with, which is fine. You want to swing, I think Burning Man, there's an area you can walk into. You can't walk in alone. You walk in and you can share yourself with other people. Have the ability to get AIDS or herpes or gonorrhea, needle in the penis. I don't know. If you're a woman, get pregnant and it's some guy you don't know, right? And I get it. So it got videotaped, which is first the wrong choice. Over in Eden Prairie about 15 years ago, some guy was getting the business from his girlfriend. He decides to send the video to 4 people. 3 opened it and watched it. 1 couldn't because the parents made the phone. He couldn't do that. Well, guess what they got charged with? Viewing CP. Okay, poor choice because he figured it was cool. I don't know what happened in the case, but again, as parents not telling the kid, don't do that stuff. And you can videotape anything. I could go on RedTube and choke my chicken, right? If I wanted to. So he was doing the swinging thing, which is, hey, that's what you want to do is 21 or older for me. You can have a Jeffrey Epstein island, but everyone's 21 or older and have the time of your life. We always say keep the kids and animals out of the behavior. I've always said that. Tom Bernard would say that all the time. I don't care if you make love to. You can't staple a man to a fence and because he's gay and then watch 2 women. That is not a very Christian thing to be doing. So the imbecile gets motivated by money. People give him money on his all the time. People give him money for some reason. I don't know why on YouTube it does. You're just giving money to the banker. If I'm going to give Imholte money, I'm going to send it to him in the envelope, okay? I could be his host in his studio and steal that show. I could have a phone without swearing, whatever else, being prejudiced, which he likes to do. So Dave called me. I went to listen to Nobody Likes Onions for like about 20 minutes. They kind of broke it down. And it was a chick who is another washed up comedian on YouTube. Okay, I work for a living. At the airport. Work during the daytime. I do YouTube for fun. I do audios on Fear Mongering Radio. I do Bitch Boy Radio with the New World Order, right? I don't take myself that seriously. I do a speculation sports. We speculate, you win. He screwed up the April thing. She made poor choices with the marriage. I don't know where she's at. I hope she's well. I think she's a sweetheart. I met her in person. Beautiful young lady. Just when you're with somebody who is a demon and who you run with in life, who lost an easy job because of the double G hard R. So this chick decided to videotape the conquest of this behavior, which is a poor choice, because no different if I was doing something with my wife. Hey, Dave, look at me and my wife. He gets it, thinks it's cool. Pretty soon, it's disseminated to people that he knows on YouTube. All of a sudden, it's up on RedTube, and she gets recognized, and all hell breaks loose. The poor choice was to videotape it. I guess you could talk about your conquest with your wife, but when you start distributing it like that, so I guess he was on his show talking about the video or something that the chick sent him, okay? I get that. If I was a judge, I would have said, did you send that video to him willingly? I get, I'm not condoning the behavior, but still, some people just don't know how to stop themselves with this kind of behavior because he's about motivated for money. He thinks he's a shock jock. He only got 9 days. He should be gone for 90. I know he has children, but I don't care. But just like with, the stalker got out and Dave, who knows, will go. He's been the reputation of being an idiot, thinking he's a shock jock. But so I guess he's on the show. I don't even know what her name is. Just another washed up YouTuber, comedian. But she made that poor choice. I'd love to have her call into the show. Send me an email at cowboy@yahoo.com. I'd love to have her come on and explain why she had to videotape herself having sex with another man who's not her husband, which is consensual, and then have him get it. I just need to know about that. Not a mistake. My dad always told me, always know the difference between a mistake and choice. Because when you continue to do stupid stuff and say, I made a mistake, you'll never, ever fix what you did wrong. My old dad, drink and drive. Don't drink and drive, right? You didn't make a mistake. My auntie and my mother would be in a court of law. And if the person allocating would say, mistake, my mother would say, Your Honor, I need to be that reallocated. He needs to say word choice. The only way you're going to fix, but this whole thing about poor choices being made, about Imholte, the imbecile, which I couldn't pronounce his name, I just call him the imbecile. It was the Imbecile Nimrod show. Me and Dave, 25, owned their very soul for about 6 months. Went up, met him, had a fun. I flirted, hit on April, had a great time. Met the Nimrod, had fun with him. He got deported to Houston. He thinks he's funny, and I told him to put out shorts of his comedian stuff. The Iglesias guy who was out of Vegas, I've seen his shorts. I want to see him sometime in Vegas and meet him because he's got a VW collection because of his shorts. Are really funny, but he won't do it. It's like giving samples out in the store, right? Here's some real good stuff, like a good drug dealer gives out drugs, and it's a sample and you want more, right? But now you got to pay for it. I told the Corey Adams, which changed his name, his last name, because of his inappropriate behavior. You can't change your name by change. You can't change your life by changing your name. He's still Corey is still who he is because of his boorish behavior. Who was that guy who hit the skater? He changed his name. Well, you're still who you are. You're a criminal. You can grow your hair long, whatever you want to be. That's the way Aaron's always going to be. He's a precious little pig. That chick in Iowa got mad at her because of she got some job because of him. It's just the immaturity. But I guess he was viewing the video and talking about it on a YouTube channel, and she pressed charges. I'd have a hard time as a judge say, listen, yeah, you're wrong, but you said in that video, from what I understand, that's a poor choice. That happened with Papa Grizz, where there was a picture taken of the handicapped daughter and then the cockroach and Wisconsin Carrie. Whoever got it, I think it was Wisconsin Carrie, decided to send it off to two of the people. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, Carrie did. She decided to send it off to the cockroach and what's her name, Fire Girl. If that would come to me, deleted it, and I would have found a way to get hold. But they called the perpetrator, which was Pickle Girl, of a handicapped child nude. Okay, that's well documented. People distributed that thing, that picture, and violated that handicapped girl. Pickle juice. To this day, she still hasn't had justice. Sorry. I told a friend of mine one day, I said, I'm far too large to put in a picture. I need to send 3. The shaft, the head, and the balls. I told a friend of mine one day, I'll send you a picture of my crank. He goes, yeah, I will. I sent him a picture of a crankshaft. He laughed. Even if I'm single tomorrow, I'm not doing that kind of behavior. What's her name works at 93X. She finally had the baby, and she got married before the baby, and Ashley said she would send a nude picture to her husband, her fiance, to keep whores away. Really? She said in her mind, I'm sending nude pictures of her. Her body is monetized. Wonderhust, the adventure, her body's monetized. She sends it. Me OnlyFans. You get on there, you're selling your body on the internet. People on the shorts on here, and the shorts, same thing on TikTok. You give money, you have access, right? I know I'm babbling here, but it just blows me away, this whole court thing, and him only getting 9 days, and people like Nobody Likes Onions is obsessed with him in Vegas, in the basement, while his wife works for a living. I'm not watching a 4.5-hour show, bitch about him. But it's just amazing me how people would videotape something like that and then bitch when it backfires. Yeah, he doesn't really care. The judge needs to make him care and make it a felony offense. Felony offense, 90 days, like it or not. You're a convicted felon, and you can't go to Canada. That's the only way you make an example of these people. Just like, hey, you heard a child rape, murder, eye for an eye. Public hangings every Sunday at the People Stadium. Don't care if you don't like it. You don't. If a predator just doesn't, I'll behave myself. You behave yourself when you're in the gates of hell. But this generation, they don't care. They don't care. They'll just send off a picture of themselves to somebody or videotape a conquest and put it up on RedTube. I've always told any woman out there, if a man ever asks you to videotape a conquest, simply leave. And I don't care if he says, it's only my only private collection. You break up, you do a lot of going down, and your face is real prominent. Well, guess what? All of a sudden, hey, do I know you from somewhere about 5 years later? Huh. I know you from RedTube, man. You're under blah, blah, blah. There you are. You're a porn actress at the expense of you saying yes to a guy. Say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to videotape it. But that's what this lady does, is she decides to send it and get it videotaped. It must be why you would do that. I don't know. Do you think you're a porn actress? But again, on YouTube, people chase this. Like I said, this is GER money, right? $300 right here. And I get it. I work for it. It's full finger money. Work for my uncle. Get between 5 to 10 grand from him. I do a lot of work for the guy. I'm LLC'd. But I do good work, and I get paid accordingly. Sure, you're not going to prostitute myself. Me and my wife, hey, do you mind? Don't worry about the camera here. We're going to put it up on RedTube. We have our own channel. No. Well, I'm going to send it to Dave. And Dave, hey, see what I did last night? Wow. No, not now, not ever. But Aaron Imholte belongs in jail, just like Dave does. But I don't think he really cares. I think he wants views. And if I'm talking about the guy, listen, with, what the hell is his name? Out there in Mississippi. With the nickname they used for him many, many times. The hell is his name again? But living in the double wide, trailer boy, they call him, whatever. I'm sorry. But I don't know what Corey's doing these days. Living down in Houston after you get deported from Minnesota, hasn't done squat. More loser I could possibly be, changing your last name because you were inappropriate with a woman. But all birds come to a feather, and people that listen to him out there in St. Cloud just can't get over it. I mean, Johnny Lastman needs to get Terry Train and make it into a morning show. I listened a few times. I had to go out there. I like Johnny Lastman. It's funny. It's more of just about him talking and playing music. Make it into about St. Cloud and push that thing east. I know you have to go to the government. Push it east and compete. That's what I'd do if I had that station tomorrow. Terry Train is a treasure. People love her. She got the Hall of Fame. And, that's how I met. I spoke out. I said, this is what happened. He got fired. I didn't know who he was, but all of a sudden he got pissed off and triggered. We went back and forth and whatever else. And, Dave just tagged me on something. He said I scared 4 people and whatever when I went and saw the guy. But because he was pissed because me and his wife were talking. She's a beautiful woman. 8 out of 10. I hope she's well. I love having her on my show, sweetheart. She made the show because she was a yin and the yang, and he was an idiot. But I think it's best for both worlds. Hope she clean herself up and be something substantial. But drugs. It's like Jeff Dubay. Like I said, look him up. Had a great job at KFAN. He just got that one crack thing, and then went downhill. And Jeff Dubay was somewhat of a friend. I gave him a spec hat and a shirt. Board member, worked with him at Oak Ridge Country Club, knew his brother. His brother got caught doing that stuff at some bank or something with two girls who were sending pictures back and forth at work at some bank. Worked with a friend of mine who worked with him at work, and he goes, yeah, they got fired from a bank. I'm like, really? I'm like, hey, let's be in our cubicle and send stuff to each other. I don't get that. Allegedly. But beautiful day here in Minnesota. So the convertible down somewhat. Yesterday it was raining out there and leaves are coming down. Family up in the hill 2019. They had 2 babies. They were going to move now. It's too bad. $420,000 house. It's a nice house, but it's too bad they're leaving. But when I grew up here, everyone stayed here forever. I've been in this neighborhood, my whole family, since 1962. So I've been in this house for 25 some years. I love this neighborhood. We're in a gated community, I call it. What? I'm just telling you, Aaron, poor choices, and the lady that volunteered to be videotaped, and you're swinging, great. Swing all you want, I guess. Go have at it. Get some herpes, get some AIDS, get needle gonorrhea in the penis. Have at it. But when you give it to a man who's like a child, who is an idiot and an imbecile, poor choices. I don't know. I don't get that stuff. Why you would. And he watched it on there and he mentioned your name again, but he just can't help himself. He can't help himself. So, I don't know. Wherever Corey, the Nimrod, there's a Nimrod in Minnesota. Wherever he's at, I don't know. I used to call him all the time for my show. It doesn't go through anymore. He blocked me or changed it. I have no idea. But he wanted to be the Arnie because he was looking down. Remember the sunglasses with the Viking hat on? That's what he was trying to be. And he had his own show. He'd go anywhere, no one cared. If no one listens, ever no one cares. If no one cares, ever listens. I know that. I have 2,400 subs. Doesn't mean a hill of beans. The other channel got to 1,000. I make money on Spreaker. That's what I make. I love to podcast. People like Tom Bernard, the old radio guys, encourage me to be a podcaster because I think it's great to give your opinion on audio podcasts. And it's easy to be a morning show host. It's still viable. People listen to morning radio on the way to work. They want to hear news and laugh. And then they go listen to something else. KQ screwed that up. And now they're playing something, the guy who isn't even from here. You have to be from the area. Tom Bernard knew Minneapolis, loved Minneapolis. He lost his way when his mother passed away. It's been well documented. Nice, I mean, couldn't be a nice guy, but he screwed up a good job at KQ92. Because they're working there today, they're doing a podcast that no one cares about. People want to listen, and that's why radio's in every car. You push that button, and it's a comfort food. I don't care if it's 93X. I don't care if it's 1500. Well, no, that's ESPN. They sold out. Or if it's K-Fan, you listen. A bunch of guys talk over each other. I get it, but my comfort food is 93X in the morning when I'm not listening to some information on YouTube because I want to hear them talk about, you know, as he calls them, man pigs. You know, the queens, the wussy wild, the timber stiffs, whatever, and what's going on in my city. Because you read, you travel, you meet people, but I'm not surprised. This imbecile is back in jail. 9 days, he'll probably be out in 8 by the time he's out on Friday. But it's just the way it is, man. Some people just don't know how to behave themselves. W1 Network broke his, when he was in Vegas, he broke his probation, had to drive all the way down to Florida to serve his time. Let's say I'm on probation here in Minnesota, and I'm living with Dave in Rhode Island, right? I break probation. I got to come back here and serve my time. Break probation, however I said it. He's going to come back now a hero. People go, oh, it's so great. He's a martyr. Oh, my God. People will give money. Because people love when you give people money, you're just giving YouTube money, whoever you're going through. If you want to send someone money, send them cash. I sent a shirt to, what's his name? Push It, Push It East. Listen. I sold Caution. My body's always monetized. I mean, I didn't make any money on it, but people saw it. And when I was over in Myrtle Beach, Myrtle, and I was at the Raspberry Festival, and someone was going on a cruise, and it was like 6 of them, and I said, sure. We got contact. He gave me his credit card, and I dropped it to him. That was it. I made no money on it, but he wanted one of those shirts. I go to Uber Prints. Uber Prints is the best place one time. About 24, and they do it in 2 or 3 days. So Uber Prints is my area to get my Beach Boy Radio shirts. I gave Dave a couple, which were free. He was ungrateful, got rid of them. You know, I gave him a Day 25 hat, which was free for 3. I was getting 2 hats, and it was free. He gave it to his dad. You know, I learned my lesson on here. You know, just like Hudson, Jake Hudson, the ungrateful little bastard he was. Help the guy out. What did I get? Screwed. But oh well. You live and you learn, and learn you live. But I know it's a long video, but Aaron Imholte, I hope you can learn your lesson. And anybody out here, when you videotape yourself having sex and you put it up on YouTube, men are visual. They will remember what they see. There was a lady one time in Maine. She had done softcore porn, and it was like 8 years later, and she's at a kindergarten thing with the parents about their kid. The father recognized her in videos, and all of a sudden got around the school that she was an ex-porn actress. So they fired her. Just like Cruz was doing when he was trying to run for president in 2016. You know, round table, y'all talk about the person, you know. So that they recognized, they put her name through like a facial, and they found out she was a saw porn. Well, that ad got pulled. Another lady one time was getting out of the porn business. She's walking through a store. She's like about 35 years old. Some kid walks by who's 15 and goes, hey, I know who you are. Mom goes, who is that? Well, I used to be a porn actress. And she goes, man, well, your son's watching something on RedTube, and he's visual. So whose fault is that? Not hers, yours. Poor choices got made there. But anyways, guys, have a good weekend. Appreciate any listens, views. Make a comment down below. You're an imbecile, the Nimrod out there, you guys. Steel-toed Tard Show, you're still stupid. And you screwed up a good job. You prejudiced little pig. Bitch, please. I mean, bitch, please.